Well, indeed, this is actually your best morning sports show on television on Saturday. I mean, look, for us to be getting over 200 messages is unprecedented. I wonder who can beat that. But anyway, I have in my studios Coach Carl Lokko. He is actually a trainer. You know him. If you don't know him, then probably you are very oblivious when it comes to the boxing scene. Indeed, he's here with us. He's tutored the likes of Richard Comey, Duke Micah, Frederick Lawson, Bukom Banku. I mean, you can go on and on and on. Now, he's got a new sensation in John Lai. They call him the expensive boxer. Yes, expensive boxer. You guessed it right. But anyway, and of course there is Felix Ajum as well, also with the bronze gym. The bronze gym has carved a niche for itself. But of course, I'm not going to take the win out of the sale. You can keep your messages coming because the show is interactive. So keep it coming on 0244 30 64 26. Today, I'm only taking WhatsApp messages. I beg of you. SMS, we won't read them. Just WhatsApp messages. That is how we'll be able to read all your messages. And of course, you also will be glad that we read them because I get complaints that I don't read the messages. So today is just WhatsApp messages, and that's where we'll be centering on. I beg of you. The number again is 0244 30 64 26. And remember to tell me your location when you text me. When you text me, it's not when you call me. It's not for calls. I beg of you. Thank you. You make the show, and of course, let's cooperate and make it work. Carl, you're very much welcome to the studio.
Thank you, sir.
Great, and glad to have you. This morning you were shouting all over.
Okay, I understand you this morning, yes, because the time that we finished the fight, that's why you say this morning.
Carl, first and foremost, many people know you, so I'm not going to do any introduction because everybody knows you. But my first question is, Bukom Fist of Fury, what do you think about the progression so far? It's the third week. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the third week is better than the first and the second, especially when you see the likes of the boxers who came on the show. Having George Ashi on the show, I mean, to grace the occasion is very good.
Yes,
I mean,
you can see the fixture before the fight itself. Let's talk about Raymond Comey, Bukom. Is it Choco Banku? I must say, yeah, Choco Banku. I nearly say Bukom Banku because he's noted everywhere. He's like the show business type when it comes to boxing anyway. But yesterday's fight, I was very surprised because I thought that it was a very close fight. And whether you like it or not, Nate actually gave Comey a run for his money.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the two, the Nate is the most experienced one.
Okay. So
definitely he will not just allow the fight to go. You can see he was getting some kind of counter punches, which was changing his movement, but he was not allowing Comey to have his way. He also come back again and give it to Comey for Raymond Comey also to see that it's not over.
Because we have images to that effect, and
because it's not over. So they were training the punches, and it was a nice challenge and a nice fight as they lead the night. I mean, the main bout of yesterday.
Carl, you are part of the Fist of Fury organization, and of course I'm going to push you against the wall. That's what I do. I ambush you every now and then. What do you say to people that says that there's no enough publicity when it comes to the Fist of Fury?
I mean, you know, this is not individual who is doing the promotion. When individual doing the promotion is, I mean, it's a different thing altogether. But this is the GB and the GBF in collaboration doing this. Bringing the amateur, I mean, even the juveniles, the amateurs, and the professional boxing. And in this case, you just have to understand that people normally go to boxing, they go to amateur fight. But they don't normally go to amateur fight, stay up to the professional fight.
Okay.
So people are getting used to. So the boxing lovers who want to sit down for a long time to have cherished boxing, you go there, you know you have amateur boxing, you have professional boxing, even the juvenile. So now, it's like we are now trying to push it more. Just yesterday, we were trying. We brought some buses around just to let people know that in the future or in the other ones coming, we'll try and set some buses at some locations so that people will follow, join the bus, and come to the arena and come and fight. This Fist of Fury is giving the other boxers who are not having people around them talking about managers, or I mean, for them to also come to the limelight. This will let everybody know some of them, and people will show interest in them. So normally people patronize those who have the team, and they have been pushing. So that is the difference. And if we are going to use only the top ones all the time on the shows, then the lesser ones or the other ones, how can they also show their and exhibit their talents?
I've got tons of messages here for you though, and of course we're watching that particular bout between Congo Soldier and Felix Ajom. Interesting, it was a very interesting bout though. But Carl, tell me, you see Felix Ajom, he's got one loss so far to his credit, but he seems to have a stage fright when he gets into the ring.
I mean, yeah, he's a good chap who can also do something for himself. He had one loss. It was a controversial loss, but it's a loss.
Okay.
You understand me? That was when the rain, spoiled the show.
Okay.
When Herman Promotion did their last show, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rain, because of the rain, well, we managed to do it because you don't have to complain. The match commissioner and the referee, everybody said the fight have to go on while someone is having his boots off in a way. But let's take it somewhere. You have the loss and you have a draw against Sherry, where you know the standard of Sherry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
yeah. Really high.
Yeah.
So to secure a draw, it shows the kind of and the caliber of boxer we're talking about.
Yeah. So still, Felix Ajom is trying to push.
And you can
his
see
career.
live images exclusive in the dressing room. That's Felix
trying to push his career,
preparing for the bout, and you can see on your screens as well. Yes, Carl, tell me.
Yeah, so we should give him some few time, and he will still do more.
Okay.
Because he's one of the guys who have their name out there. People would like to pair him against other boxers to still give Ghanaians or the audience a good show or a tough fight.
He's been touted to go far. How do you see him as his trainer?
Yeah, at least. For now, I'm still giving him some chance, some time, and at least, if not for anything at all, international, intercontinental, if the chance comes, he can move higher and faster than that.
There are thousands of messages. There are so many messages coming, which I will be diverting it to you right now, but I want to finish exhausting my question. Then of course I'll go into the messages, then you answer those questions as well. But I also want to know, look, there's been a lot of talks about John Lai, the expensive boxer. He's been doing very well. We watch him relatively, and we thought that his first fight, it was stark knockout, as it were. His second fight, it seems he wobbled through, as it were. But his class and his potential was all there to be seen. First of all, what do you think about that boxer and being his trainer? What do you think will help him go far?
For the first place, I will always pray for this boy because this is the first time, as I've been saying all the time, first time that we have had an 18 years boy or 18 years man or something being a professional boxer. First thing, he started his first fight on the bigger stage when Imanatego had his fight. So look at the arena. For the first time, you are going to a professional fight, and this is the stage you got. Second time, a bigger stage again. So you know and see that he will be fighting against a whole lot of things. Apart from the opponent he's fighting, the crowd definitely has a new boxer. The nervousness also will be there. So that will be taking certain things away from you. But it is good for him to have a good platform and a bigger platform like this to start on. So that he will start taking certain things out from his mind and he will start growing into it. I tip him to be a good boxer and some great boxer.
Tell me this. What do you say to people when they say that for his age, he seems to be bullishly confident and they feel it's coming from you, the way you are, the way you approach things? What do you say to people when they say that?
To be honest, it is me and it is my idea to support him to say that he can go or he can start the professional boxing. We should always not look down upon us. Sorry to say, when it comes to that, we're talking about Ghana or Africa. We always cherish people or boxers international having age of 19 years, 20 years being a world champion. Then we start talking good about them. What age did they start before they got to 19 or 20 to be a world champion? This is sport. When you start early, and you take your time and you build yourself into it, when you get to your peak, you still have some age in front of you to go. So I know he can do better.
I want David to ask you one question before this particular question, which says that you are giving him tough fights. Why are you giving him tough fights?
Yes, that is the way people see it, but fine. When you bring a boxer out, you have a way of testing him because you don't have to joke. when he get to the higher stage and people are expecting him to deliver more and he couldn't deliver because you have hyped him too much. Although you have got the hype, people are loving him, but I don't have to joke. I have to make sure I see what I have to see so that I start working on it.
Okay, David, I will entreat you to ask some few questions where I just cut and paste all the messages so that I can just put them on a bounce. So you can ask her a question.
Coach, my question has to do with, as I know you anytime you like your bosses to face tough opponents, and talking about John Lai is now 2-0. Would you like him to face the tough boxers in the bantamweight division now?
I mean, he's trying to be super bantamweight, and there is no way I'm thinking of trying to put him against the top ones at that level, at that weight now. But at least with his age and his caliber and what he is doing, that is why I choose certain boxers for him to pass through them in front of the crowd, seeing different people around. Then I've also observed what I want to observe. So at least for these two fights, I've told me a lot about what I should know. So I'll continue to push him. Not always the tough fight, but it's good for you to know, to see that when he goes through a tough fight, this is what he faces. When he go to a short fight, this is what he faces. So I'm not thinking of that to push him there now.
And coach, will you agree with me that being away from the bronze gym for more than 6 months in any way affected some of your boxers?
I mean, actually, boxing is what I choose to do, and the bronze gym I'm running for years. I always make sure I get in touch with them all the time, although I'm not around. But I draw my training programs, give it to them, and monitor them and make sure they are doing it. This John Lai got to know he'll be coming to professional boxing before I left Ghana in January. I was there about 8 to 9 months, and he was in the gym, focusing, training. Let me see what is going on. They give me a clip on film and whatever, and monitoring. But yes, if I'm not there, sometimes it's not all that 100% for them. But for sure, I also need to grow. So I need to go there, mingle with them, come back, and help them with whatever I've achieved over there.
Okay, so let me just read some of my. This one is saying, and his name is Titus, okay, from Tema. He's saying that great show. It's always nice to have Coach Carl Lokko in the saddle. That's a big word. Coach, what is your take on Richard Commey's fight? I mean, I don't know if you mean the upcoming fight. Anyway, Titus, come a bit with you.
I mean,
yes, Coach.
I mean, all we know is Richard Commey is vying to become a world champion, to fight. I mean, the next in line, apart from Mikey Garcia, making his decision to go for a bigger something or a bigger weight. Yes, if everything get confirmed, now nothing is on the table for Richard Commey, because we have to say that when a contract and everything have been sealed. Okay. Then I can say much. But we are all wishing him good if he get the chance.
Okay, so this one is saying, great show. One thing I like about Carl Lokko is that his boxers have ring generalship, clean punches, pure aggression, and solid defenses. Kudos to you, Coach. You're doing very well. You're making Mother Ghana proud. Anyway, this one is saying, ask Coach Carl Lokko for me that so far, how does he see his boxer, notwithstanding his emotions? I even don't understand it. Okay, so I guess maybe you are trying to say, how does he assess his boxer from the 2 bouts? So Eric from Teshikali, come clear on that for me. Coach, yes. So he's virtually asking you, how you, after the 2 bouts, how do you assess your boxer? How would you rate him?
I mean, yes, I still have the confidence that he can be in the professional rank from the 2 fights, especially the yesterday one was a nice one, and it was a good test for him as a young chap having his first fight and going through all the 6 rounds, which he lost some of the rounds as well. Tells you and tells me what is going on, but I'm just saying that he can. So
let me read this message by a lady, and it says that my name is Sandra. Kindly bring the doctor back again, and on Coach Carl Lokko. I think he's great, and I think he's doing very well. What about those people who are not in Accra? How do they get involved with the Bukom Fist of Fury? Okay, Coach, that one will be at your doorsteps.
I mean, that is why GTV is on board. At least if you are not around to watch, come direct and be part of the Fist of Fury when it comes to the arena. You can monitor through, I mean, online or TV or something like that.
Okay, so this one is saying, my name is Kesiwa. Please, can I get the contact of the... Okay, so see, as regards to the doctor, this is what we'll do. I'm sure my producer will put the number on set so that you can directly link with him. It's a WhatsApp line, so forgive me if I'm going to be very selective, so I'm going to be a bit selective so that I select the message that has to do with the topic that we're talking about. And now I've gotten a lot of messages. Okay, so this one is saying, ask Coach Carl Lokko for me, so far which boxers would he picked above the others as being ready for world titleship or management?
I mean, sometimes you don't write people off.
Okay.
Because you can even sit here
and that is Fred La Paz. Okay.
You can even sit here and call people's name and this is what you think, but anything can happen. When it comes to boxing, a surprise can happen because somebody who even we don't know, people don't know in Ghana boxing, who is a boxer, can get a chance and go in there and pull out a surprise. So, I mean, all the top boxers we have in Ghana, they know where they are and what they can do, but they should just be focused and know what they are doing.
Okay, so please ask Coach Carl Lokko for me that between Richard Comey and his new boxers, which ones would you say they have the potential when you first saw them? Sometimes when you send the message, you can't go through. It's important. I struggle. Normally I try to input into it, and I don't want it to seem like, you know. So kindly go over your message as well. I guess, Coach. So you're saying that since you started, if you watch the two boxers from their beginnings, which of them would you say has the potential? I think this is that. It's your discretion. You can choose to ignore answer. That's you.
I mean,
kindly send me your name. I beg you. Send me your name and your location as well. It's a good question.
The difference is clear. When Richard Comey started his boxing, age 1. When John Lai also started his boxing, age 2. That is 18 years and about 24 years. So there is a big difference in terms of the two. So there is no way I'll be start doing comparison now. You understand? Because the age that the young boy is coming up with and the age that Richie start with, definitely there will be a difference in terms of the way you have to push the one who have the age already and the way you have to push the one who is coming. You understand it? So everybody have his style of coming out. So we should just leave it like that.
Okay, so this is a nice message. Samuel Impuni from Cape Coast is saying that I like boxing. I want to be a boxing. How do I get Coach Carl Lokko's number? I'm sure that he would love to answer you on that one. You're calling us from Cape Coast. You're sending a message from Cape Coast. That's nice. Well, Coach, quick one on that. Then David will ask one few questions. Then, of course, we know what to do with our time. Yeah. He says he's interested in boxing. How does he get involved? How will he get your contacts?
I think okay, let me, if I have to give my contact,
you can give the contact out. Yeah.
For him to call me, then maybe I can talk to you on phone. Then know if you can get me on 0277 485364 0277 485364. You call me, then I will know what to tell you.
Okay. So this one too is saying, ask Coach Carl Lokko for me. Why is it that the concentration of boxing is solely in Accra, and the other regions have been left dejected? And that is by Akwesi Imponim. I hope I got your name correct though. Yes, Coach, that's you. Yeah,
I mean, this is a question that all of us have been even asking. I mean, we'll be happy to see from the point of the GBE or from the level of GBE position, we'll be happy to see other regions competing, other regions taking boxing serious, because boxing is not only meant for Accra or for Bukum people the way we normally say it, because we have people in the north, other regions, Kumasi and other places that they are very strong, that they are determined if they have the means of doing it. This is when and where I'll be talking about, I mean, our sports ministry, the sports council in the other regions to encourage the boys over there for them also to do it, because boxing, we know Ghana is doing well in boxing, but it's descent to one place. No, I believe they are not getting the focus and the facilities over there, people to encourage them to do boxing, bringing tournament to that regions. That will encourage them to join boxing. So I'm entreating everyone from other regions, if you have interest to be a boxer, they should put their interest in and challenge the guys or the Bukum people, so that it will bring, more competition, for Ghana.
David, I asked you to ask a final question. Of course, I'll bounce my messages all together and just read them because my producer is telling me that I should do that anyway. David, your quick question.
Coach, when Richie Comey and Duke Micah was with Bronze Gym, Richie Comey is seen as your top boxer. Now, Comey and Micah are no more with Bronze Gym. You have credible boxers under your stable now. Which boxer do you think is now your top boxer?
For a long time, I've been telling all of them, even Comey, I've been telling him that I have believed in all my boxers. Not he is my top boxer, but he was leading, so focus have to be on him. But like I said, if I have not been preparing the other ones very well, right now, I will not even boast of anyone. Now that I'm going to scratch and start, no. So all the boxers in the Bronze Gym are equally good that they can make and the market. Okay, I'm talking about a new boxer, that the Jacob Dixon, light heavyweight, who is also coming. Watch out for him. Other bosses, all the bosses over there are good.
Well, anyway, let's do this. This one is saying, I think this La Liga season will be very interesting. I fancy Barcelona winning. So far, they have 67.9% ball possession, and that should tell you that, yes, Barcelona have always commanded possession. This one is saying, I am a fan of Chelsea, and I think we'll win the English Premier League this season. This one, too, is saying, I fancy Manchester United winning the title this time around. I'm even laughing. You see, add your name. You know you've been mischief. That is how come you didn't add your name. Okay. So, okay, so I have this message which is also saying that in the Manchester derby markets today, Sammy, I fancy Manchester United beating Manchester City by 4-0. Hey, that's Montier Augustine. So I'll do a quick one. It's great to have Coach Carl Lokko in the studio, and I always like him for his affability. Great work, Coach, and I wish you all the best. Okay, so this one is saying, well, the Book on Feast of Fury is gradually getting people involved, but unlike the Morton Championship, I think there is no much publicity on this. Ask Coach Carl Lokko why it is so. Kindly don't call me. This is not for messages, I beg of you. And I don't know, but I think he's addressed this particular one. Somebody is calling me and it's making it difficult for me to read the other messages. It's my line. The 0244306426 is not for calling. You can't even send me normal SMS. You can just send me WhatsApp, solely WhatsApp. Today I'm just dealing with WhatsApp. Next week we'll deal with normal SMS. I beg of you. This one is saying, well, great show. It's always a pleasure watching you because you provide good local content and you promote boxing. I just want to ask Carl Lokko that so far, how does he see Ghana boxing? And does he think that we are better off now than compared to the previous years? And that is by Sir John. Sir John from Insawam. Okay, that's nice. Nice to know that. So this one too is saying that HSTV, I have issues with getting the signal. It keeps breaking. So kindly tell me what to do. Okay, so my producer says you should rescan your decoder. This one is saying, great show. Kudos to you and the guys in the studio. I'm loving the analysis, and his name is Cyril as well. I will try and read 3 in a jiffy. He said, please ask Carl for me. So far, he's trained so many boxers. Which one would he say he prefers, and which one would he say it's easy working with? And that's by D. And a D knee. That's okay. Please, I have a problem. Can I? Okay, the doctor. Yes, you saw the contact on the screen. I will not read that one. So just get that contact, and of course you can call the doctor as well. This one's, I really enjoying your show, though I think that you should be showing more of the highlight for us, and also the English Premier League as well. But because of time factor, I'll read this one. Great show. It's always a pleasure watching you guys because you always provide good content. I think the person is it's because of time. That's how come we couldn't show the highlights. So I'll let Carl Lokko bounce all the messages in the jiffy. I hope you got them stuck in, so you can start answering them, and we'll wrap up and get out of the studio.
When it comes to the Feast of Fury comparing to Mortin, we have to understand that when the Mortin was going on, it was at the premises of Metro TV, and when you look at the size and the space that we were doing, it was not big. So when we get a few people over there, it look packed. Now we're doing Feast of Fury in the Bukum Boxing Arena, which takes about 4,000. So it's not a small task, but we hope it will build itself, because we're talking about 26 fight nights, and we are just at the 3rd one. So we believe boxing fans and everybody will start thinking of the Fist of Fury. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the easiest boxer or among the boxers I've worked with, which one is easier to work with? Yeah, that is not a big case, because it's not about champion or whatever. When you're talking about someone who is open and cool for me to work with, I will mention Ben Ankra. That's Congo Soldier. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Carl, there were so many questions to you. I don't know whether you've been selective. Okay. So apparently this one is telling me much more. He says, Carl, you didn't disclose how much was involved in the deal between you and Animado. Kindly tell us about it. And this is for my friend Jono anyway.
I mean, what does he want to know?
He wants to know how much was on the particular deal.
What deal?
As in Animado signing on to your boxer, how much was involved?
I mean, sometimes you don't think about the money first. You think about how you get people on board to help you, the trainer, and help the boxer to go on.
Finally, what I want to ask is, it seems suddenly there's some influx of all promoters and coming into the bronze gym to get talent. What is the secret? What makes your own a bit different? I mean, what is the secret? Tell me about it. That should be your final words.
I believe my sacrifice to boxing is so great because, one, I don't follow money. Two, I work very, very hard and making sure help the boys and guide them very well. Because if you are in a bronze gym and you'll be saying a whole lot about the bronze gym, then I don't think you are somebody that people have to focus on, because not today. Way back, I'm at about 20-something years now that I'm doing this and I'm still going on, then that means I'm doing something good. So I believe they also monitor me, see what I'm doing, and see that, yes, we like the way you work. So they'll be coming forward for me to help them, advise, or let's work, or let's help the boys.
Let me tell Carl Lokko, money is very important. You have to sometimes work for
money.
Money
is not everything,
for the money.
Right? Money is not everything. Because with the boxing we are doing in Ghana now, not in Ghana alone, but if the way we're doing boxing international is the way we do it here, I mean, the trainers and the gyms will be happy. Because over here, the boxers will be in the gym and you will be even sponsoring, giving them money, equipment and everything. Over there, you will be getting money every month or even every week.
Okay.
So for you to leave everything out there, follow boxing, be in the gym, train people, and always be in the gym.
Okay.
Not having anything.
So the boxing industry must be developed, as it were.
Yeah.
So there's a boxing economy, just like there's a football economy. So the boxing economy must be developed.
And that is what I'm saying all the time to our sports ministry or sports council, that the gyms in Accra need to get some kind of equipment from the sports council, at least every year, so that we can produce more boxers to the national team, so that the government or the sports council will have those who will be representing Ghana all the time, so that we will not lack, we will not short the talent. Well, but it's like nothing is coming. You, the gym, have to buy everything and train the boxers for the nation to take them to tournaments. And even after that, the gyms are not even getting something direct from them.
Interesting. But talking about equipment, I'm sure that Carl will go back to his former, his friend Michael Amubediako and Richard Comey, because I know there's a foundation that they've set up, the Streetwise Foundation, which Richard Comey is actually the ambassador who is holding that particular foundation on, and they give equipment of a sort to boxers, young and upcoming boxers. But David, because of time factor, we do have to wrap up and get off the studio, I must say. Your final words to your viewers, and we just bounce out. I
think for those who love boxing, they have to take Fist of Fury as one of their events that they have to attend. And to all HSTV viewers, they should keep on logging to HSTV for more sports.
Indeed. Keep your dial, keep your television set hooked on to HSTV every Saturday morning, 10:30 to 11:30. And of course, you got me, numero uno, on your show. And of course, I'm being told there is Dennis Moore show as well on Mondays. That's 7:30 to 8:30. Then there is Stefan de la Cousson as well, who will be giving you morning sports. You can also watch the breakfast show as well here on HS Television. When it comes to movies, you know we are unmatched. So I come your way same time next week. I was here with Coach Carl Lokko and of course Daniel David Corti. I'll be back same time next week. Many thanks to the production team who held me on, of course to the good doctor himself. I'll be back next week. Keep hopes alive, and remember, a positive anything is better than a negative something. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. Be gone.